on one of the epic nights in the NBA. Welcome, one and all, to the All-Star Game on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside former All-Star Shaquille O'Neal and a guy who has watched the All-Star Game a lot, Kenny the Jet Smith.
Oh, I thought you were going to say your name. You've watched it a lot as well.
And I'm fixing to watch another one. Tonight, we'll be watching the West All-Stars playing against the East All-Stars. And even though today won't count in the standings, still such an exciting day in the NBA, and both teams are up for this one. And how much fun is this? The All-Star Game officially upon us, typically a high-scoring, fast-breaking affair. Shaq, any reason to think it's going to be anything different this time around?
Well, there are no more Dikembe Mutombos.
Oh, that was very impressive.
Thank you, Ernie. Not as many shot-blocking centers in the league now. That might have slowed things down a little. Offense rules the game. I wish Dikembe was still here so he can go, no, 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 Ernie.
How about if I play you and you play Dikembe?
No.
Mr. Mutombo, I really like the way you play the game, and I like it when you used to wave your finger.
Well, thank you, Ernie. Everything good. Shaq threw 2 elbows in my face. I think he called it elbow sandwich.
Well, I'll be you, Ernie. Hey, so Kevin Harlan, we're going to go courtside with you, and we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm really confused now.
I'm not.
K Sports bringing you all of the NBA's top flight talent. That's right, this year's All-Star Game. Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, joined by my partners, Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. And so here are the West All-Stars. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And so in the game for the East All-Stars, they've got Dwayne Wade. Brook Lopez is out there with Monroe. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's James in at the small forward position. And that one's good. Thompson's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the West All-Stars.
And for me, this is always one of the best weeks of the year. So much fun for everyone involved. Fans, players, coaches. What a blast.
Yeah, the NBA knows how to throw a party in celebrating its game. There's no doubt about that. And All-Star Week is one great show after another.
And there's such a sense of history that surrounds the All-Star Game. I mean, this is the 65th time this event has been held, and you think back on all the legends of the NBA. They've all made their mark in some way on this contest.
Here's West now.
And this has become one of the must-see events of the year, which is obvious by all the star power in attendance here tonight.
Well, certainly the Hollywood crowd is on hand, the biggest names from the sports world, music stars. Everybody wants to be a part of All-Star Week.
It's good. Thompson's got 5.
And you know, there were a couple of records that fell at last year's All-Star Game, but to me, the most shocking one of all, the number of three-pointers made. 48. I mean, the teams they combine for 48 threes.
West All-Stars off to a quick start here. It's a 5-point game. And it's Walker penetrating. Lopez with the block. Now Westbrook. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And those 48 three-pointers you talked about, Greg, the previous high for threes in an All-Star game was 30. So that's what I call shattering a record, huh? Man, oh, man.
It was insane. And really, that speaks to the evolution of the game as well. The game has become far more perimeter-oriented in terms of the skill set. And what a show Russell Westbrook put on a year ago at the All-Star Game. I mean, you could tell early on that he was looking to take over and leave his mark.
And here are the East All-Stars now. Thompson with the bucket.
They're doing a lot of spectating there on D. But hey, it's the All-Star Game.
Ellen Westbrook, Greg, in that All-Star game did take over. He ended up with 41 points in about 25 minutes played, Clark.
Yeah, he got 28 shots up to get to that 41, but it was quite clear he was on a mission in that game, and he was surely the star of the show.
And he gets the bucket.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. James in the post. He's covered by Leonard. 5 to shoot. And Westbrook gets it to go on the assist by LeBron. Westbrook's got 5 now.
And guys, just thinking back to last year's All-Star game, I mean, something that was really special. How about the sight of Powell and Marc Gasol, two brothers facing each other on the opening jump ball?
We've got 1:48 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Lopez. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Well, I think, as is always the case, the story of the game tonight won't have a lot to do with defense.
That's the way it always is. I mean, a half-court alley-oop or a spectacular behind-the-back pass, that's exactly what the people want to see in this game.
That moment when the Gasol brothers competed for the opening tip really was unique. It was the first time two siblings have ever started an NBA All-Star game.
And you can sense, Kevin, that the significance was not lost on them. They both talked about how much it meant to them. It was just a really cool moment to be a part of.
There's Walker with the 3. That's good. Walker's got 6.
Yeah, such a crafty move. That's an All-Star game special right there, folks.
That certainly isn't any regular season move. I agree with that. I mean, you save that kind of move for the big stage of the All-Star week.
And if you remember last year, I mean, no star shined brighter in this game than Russell Westbrook. How about 41 points, just one off Wilt Chamberlain's all-time record. And I'd say Russell was a very deserving MVP.
And the East All-Stars decide to take their first time out here. That All-Star game scoring record of Wilt Chamberlain, which Westbrook came so close to breaking last year, has now, Greg, been on the books for over 50 years.
Unbelievable. And I'll tell you what, when Westbrook had that 27 points at halftime, I thought for sure that that record was going to go down.
We've got 1:08 left here in the first quarter. And finished off by LeBron.
Well, I tell you, he squeezed that orange as tight as he could before that throwdown.
Yeah, no way he was going to lose that thing on the way up. You're right, Clark.
And better safe than sorry on that one, guys.
So the timeout taken here, the first for the West All-Stars.
And guys, you know, we've had some All-Star game shootouts over the years, but really nothing compares to what we saw last year. The teams combined for 321 points. That's just mind-boggling.
Wade brings the double team. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 3 assists tonight. And here are the East All-Stars now. They trail by 7. LeBron passes to Westbrook. LeBron against Leonard. Shot from 12. No good from LeBron. Greg, you brought up last year's game, that unbelievable 163-158 win for the West, and it was indeed the highest scoring All-Star game of all time.
Yeah, and I mean, defense has never been what the All-Star game's about, but that was out of control and made for one heck of a show.
Inside, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2. The East All-Stars shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. That's good from Brook Lopez. The West All-Stars making a switch here. Brook Lopez hits them both.
Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
Westbrook against Walker. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. Westbrook got it off in time, but it's no good. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. It's the West All-Stars. They're up by 8. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. A great event unfolding, one quarter of basketball already played, and welcome back everyone to this year's coverage of the NBA All-Star Game.
And guys, we've already seen some unbelievable action here tonight.
And there will be plenty more to come. We know that. All-Star action never disappoints.
You're a little light on the fouls in terms of what's been called tonight. And that's usually the theme in this game.
I agree. I mean, the guys always play reasonably hard, but they don't necessarily play physically, if that makes any sense. The officials' jobs are usually pretty easy in this one.
They've got Howard. Zach Randolph is out there with Hayward. Then it's Thompson, and it's Curry in at the point guard. So that's who's on the floor for the West All-Stars. Dives for it, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo.
And you know, this game, yeah, in a lot of ways, guys, has belonged to the Western Conference the entire decade. I mean, and last year they got the job done again. So although it did come down to the wire, the end result still was Western Conference dominance.
And here's the East. 11-point game. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Curry. Jumps up. A huge slam. The perfect end of the fast break.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout, just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
And he gets it to go.
Well, that's simply a great move there, Kevin. He dusted off the defense and got to the cup for the easy basket.
Hayward on the wing. He dishes it to Howard. 6 to shoot. Kicks it to Curry. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. Curry's got the lead up to 13 now for the West All-Stars. Curry's gone a perfect 3 for 3 so far. Lopez a screen to the middle. Goes up off the pick. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Up high and down hard with the one-hander.
Got a little extra force for that one, didn't he? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I think that's going to rouse up his teammates, no doubt.
Now here's Curry. He has 7. Howard in the post. Bosch with some nice D. Dragic against Howard. Here's Bosch. Back to Dragic. Tipped away. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the West All-Stars.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Bosch. Coach has a lot of faith in him offensively and let his players know it, insisting that he be at the forefront of what they do at that end of the court from here on out. He also told them that he wants to see multiple passes on every possession. He said that was the key to getting the best shot each time down. I'm sure Coach is hoping those changes turn the tide in this game and shrink the deficit before halftime. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
No doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
Looking at who's out there now for the West. Gasol comes in for Dwight Howard. And it's Leonard in for Gordon Hayward. A big group substitution here for the East. Monroe's checked in for Bosh. LeBron comes in for Antetokounmpo. Wade, he's checked in for Bradley Beal. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Goran Dragic. And Leonard gets it to go.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
Now here's Westbrook. He has 5. Here's Okafor, makes it off the glass.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Lillard misses.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And here's the fast break. Right side Gasol. Leonard on the wing. Nobody near Lillard. Offensive rebound. Gay. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Gay's got his first basket of the night.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Screen by Monroe. It's LeBron with the drive. Westbrook against Lillard. Down low. Here's Okafor. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard. The East All-Stars have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. Free throw good, Okafor. Walker's checked in for Steph Curry.
And, you know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
Wade kicks to Westbrook. Lets the 3 fly. The shot is off. Lillard outside. From the arc. Oh, a monumental buzzer beater!
What a thrilling shot for one team and a heartbreaker for the other.
Simply fantastic. Cool as they come. Even keel and flatline that one.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. West All-Stars lead by 16. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. This arena is packed, and the energy in the building obvious. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Klay Thompson brought his A game early tonight. He had 10 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. How about you, Kenny? What did you think about this home team?
Well, their three-point shooting has told the tale here tonight, fellas. They've been lights out from behind the arc. Whether it's coming off a high screen or pulling off the dribble, it seems like whatever they're doing, it's going correct. There's not a lot you can do when a team's got this hot from downtown.
Shaq, let's get your insight on the visiting team.
They were not running an efficient offense. The shot selection has to improve. It's as simple as that. Too many guys working as individuals, not as a team. They need to work as a unit, Ernie. Move the ball.
And that'll wrap up our halftime show. The third quarter set to go moments from now. We will be right back here after the game.
To the NBA All-Star Game. One half is in the books, and the second half about to begin.
Yeah, and I'm looking for the temperature to start to rise here a little bit in this second half.
Yeah, I'm exactly with you there. I think we'll see a little less showmanship and a little more intensity from here on out.
the East All-Stars. Russell Westbrook out there with Dwayne Wade. Then it's LeBron James. Then there's Monroe. And it's Lopez in at the 5. And they double up James. Wade dishes to Monroe. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Monroe's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the East All-Stars. Walker with it. Westbrook picks him up. Monroe on the double team. Walker the pass to Thompson. Walker goes in. It's hauled in by the East All-Stars.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Now here's Monroe. Leonard with the steal. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go. Yeah.
I tell you what, a lot of shimmying and rim rattling going on in this one tonight, guys.
These guys are spending more time in the air than they are on the ground, that's for sure.
Timeout called, East All-Stars.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Eric Spoelstra was saying to his team. He went over the offensive game plan and that it hinges on running through Lopez. Coach has a lot of faith in him offensively and let his players know it, insisting that he be at the forefront of what they do at that end of the court from here on out. Clearly, some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
Thanks, Doris. Trying to add a few more points to their lead.
Simply need to just stay the course, Kevin. That's it.
It's been a good course so far.
Yep.
Here's Davis. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got his 4th assist in this one.
I tell you what, he came out of that locker room raring to go.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 5. Pass to Lopez. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Lopez has got 10 points in the game. And so here are the West All-Stars. There's the double team with Westbrook. Thompson left side. A baseline J. And he wheels that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Stolen by Walker. Wade brings the double team. Thompson for 3. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
Poked away. And here's the fast break. Walker leading the way. And it's Davis with the jam.
Forget about finesse and agility. This big fella is all about power and force.
Westbrook kicks to James. The dish to Monroe. Gasol with the steal. Thompson passes to Walker. On the mark with the 15-footer. Walker's got 11 points.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Westbrook kicks to LeBron. Monroe sets a screen for James. To the right side. The drive by Monroe. The shot is off.
And trying to come up with the highlight reel finish, somebody forgot to finish it.
There's Walker with the 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. 14 points now. Now in the game for Walker. And there's the whistle. That goes on flash. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the West All-Stars. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Gasol. Evans comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Curry subbed in for Walker. A big group substitution here for the East. Chris Bosh is checked in for Monroe. Batum comes in for LeBron. Beal's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Dragic in for Russell Westbrook. 3 on the clock. Beal, that's for 2. That one's off, still out of sync.
Yeah, the offense seems completely in disarray.
Exactly. But at the other end, it's one bucket after the other. This run is getting out of hand right now.
Now here's Curry. 9 points in the game so far. 3-pointer. That's good. Curry's got... in the game.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they are fully stretched out trying to stop the three-point shot and still haven't been able to do it.
Beal against Thompson. Here's Beal. To the inside. And the dunk by Lopez.
That's a forceful finish there. The tomahawk one-hand bang.
It just shows you the strength he has.
And you know what? It wasn't as if the defense wasn't engaged on that possession. It's just a matter of his athletic ability being at another level.
Good on the shot. 17 points for Klay Thompson.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt.
Timeout. Start it.
Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
9 seconds left in the third. And here's Walker. This one for 3. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. West All-Stars out in front, just dominating this one. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. Welcome, everyone, back to our coverage of the NBA All-Star Game. A great night of basketball here on 2K Sports.
And we're seeing some world-class basketball being played here tonight.
That's exactly what you'd expect coming from the absolute greatest players on the planet.
They've got Griffin, Tyreke Evans out there with Hayward. Then there's Rudy Gay, and it's Randolph in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's who's on the floor for the West All-Stars. That's tipped, stolen by Evans. By himself, throws down the breakaway jam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And you can see the difference with their ability to win with their speed, guys.
Boy, I love the pace and flow that their open court offense has been played with. I mean, it's been humming quietly, but very efficiently.
And here's Evans after the three-pointer from Bradley Beal. Griffin against Plumlee. The shot by Evans, nobody around. And it's off from three-point range. Beal dishes to Dragic. Over in the corner, Batum. And it's Randolph with the rebound. Gay kicks to Evans. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Dragic the pass to Gortat. Back to Dragic. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
They're shooting it quite well now. Again, function of shot selection, ball movement. Guys are in rhythm, confident, free-flowing, and they're knocking down their shots.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now.
Well, with Steve Kerr and Jason Kidd both coming with no coaching experience over the last few seasons and also having success, I don't know, guys. Maybe we should throw our hat in the ring, but pretty impressive stuff.
That's not for me to do. I've already determined I don't want to coach for a paycheck, even if it is a big one.
Steps back and fires. Evans can't get that one to fall.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
And Beal kicks to Dragic. Ball's knocked loose. And oh, here we go, Evans. No one back. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Beal's shot is good. You know, you look at the coaching success for both Jason Kidd and Steve Kerr, both with long playing careers, championship experience on their resumes. Steve, in fact, Clark even had some time in the front office with Phoenix.
And don't forget about his broadcasting career either, Kevin. I mean, I think in both cases, though, you look at these two guys, they were able to come in and have immediate credibility with their teams, and their playing experience, part of their preparation for being coaches.
And Tyreke Evans is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. Damian Lillard's checked in for the West. And then for the East, Antetokounmpo comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Goran Dragic. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Antetokounmpo buried from 15 feet out.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Now, here's Lillard.
Well, the All-Star game here in Toronto, Ontario, the culmination of just over 2 decades of basketball here in Canada. A really big moment for the city and the country as well.
Boom, he jams it straight down.
And how's that for some ups coming from that one?
Well, he is a rarity among NBA point guards in his ability to elevate.
Yeah, his athletic ability, guys, is really what takes him a notch above most players at his position.
Now here's Beal. And it's Rudy Gay with the rebound. Lillard against Westbrook. Evans kicks to Gay. Here's the floater, and he sinks the layup. And what a great city Toronto is. One of the biggest metropolitan areas in all of North America. Great place, Greg, to have this year's All-Star game.
And Kevin, the timing couldn't have been better for the city of Toronto. The Raptors are coming off back-to-back postseason appearances. Basketball is on the rise here up in Canada.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over. They're up by 37. 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. The West All-Stars making a switch here. Walker's checked in, and the East All-Stars also making a switch. Okafor's checked in. That bucket in no time at all.
That one will seal the deal there. They've exploded here at the end.
Boy, I love the serious killer instinct they've shown, finishing strong.
And it's good off the back of the rim.
And they're on the kind of run that could have made a difference had it just started a little earlier.
Yeah, but I think the only reason they're on this run is because the defense has relaxed a little bit, knowing the game is basically in the bag.
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over. They're in front by 38. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
You know, this is a timeout maybe just so they can pat each other on the back because no other reason to call it.
Well, they're really just being conservative, making sure they don't make any last-minute mistakes, I guess. I mean, I have no idea. No idea.
Walker with it. From deep. Can't get it to fall. So no problem for the West All-Stars as they get the win.
And for the West, that's 2 All-Star victories in a row and 5 wins in the last 6 years. It's been a dominant decade in this event for the Western Conference. Probably a fitting illustration, guys, of where the majority of the talent is in the league these days.
Incredibly deep, you're right, and it shows year after year. Well, we hope everyone's enjoyed watching the All-Star Game 2000.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
And this year's All-Star Game, another classic in a long history.
His field goal percentage was excellent, up over 60%. This was a player in total control of his game. He didn't try to do too much. He didn't get reckless, just took what the defense gave him.
Well, he had fun out there. He also didn't shy away from putting on that flash and pizzazz to make the highlights. I thought he gave the fans a gutsy performance. All the celebrities stopped looking at me and started waving at him. We had a couple of good candidates, but he deserved it.
And that'll do it for this year's All-Star Game. Some splendid talent on display tonight. For Shaquille O'Neal and for Kenny the Jet Smith and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again to start up the NBA's second half of the season.
HBK, yeah, you know how we. And I can't quit, all I know is. HBK, yeah, you know how we. And I can't quit, all I know is. Wherever I go, my homies come to. I love my squad. We up in this thing, love with it. I love my squad. I love my squad. up in the 6, and you should ignore these rappers, man. They say anything. Call me Susie Piggy Bank, I got plenty change. She rep HBK to over everything. Married to the game with the wedding ring. Everybody try to duplicate, we just innovate. Young and making plenty cake, get my straight. I'm a heartbreak vet, being broke what I can't accept. I'ma hold it down to the death. No Reeboks, cause it's all about a check. Bet $1 million that your man ain't like this. Cause I stack my chips, I'm on my grind. Mind on money, money on my mind. So if you in the way, I'll run you over. It's the heartbreak army, I'm a soldier. Huh? Wherever I go, my homies come too. I love my squad. We up in this thing. I love my squad. I love my squad. I love my squad. I love my squad. Ain't nothing changed with the name on the check. And that's real, that's real, that's real. I don't know about y'all, but I die by respect. And that's real, that's real, that's real. I'ma live in the meantime. Haters telling me to chill cause they need time. Rest in peace, it's the G8 and G. Hate on me cause we ain't leave.